You're already prepared to leave YouTube altogether in favor of your streaming service. So why don't you just make adjustments to your YouTube content to reach a better audience, a broader audience, and be more satisfying to advertisers? I'm hoping that Watcher will see this video and find some value and some opportunity in some of these suggestions. You have to earn every view. Watcher just launched a video saying they were leaving YouTube. And then just a few days later, after losing about 100,000 subscribers, walked all of that back and made some changes. Today I'm going to talk about what Watcher did, why they did it, and some ways they could have done it better. Watcher has a really simple goal. They want to create high quality content, but they aren't making enough money to be able to create the high quality content they want to create. In order to drive more revenue to fund what they want to do, they launched a streaming service where users could pay $6 or so a month to get all of Watcher's content. The downside of this is that Watcher then said that they'd be leaving YouTube and no longer uploading content to the YouTube platform. So if you wanted to watch any Watcher content, you had to find it on their website for $6 a month. There are a couple things wrong with what Watcher did, and I'm going to talk about a couple of them. One, they burned some bridges and threw the baby out with the bathwater for a lot of their fans. Two, if Watcher went through with this process, they would be killing their growth opportunities because no one grows just from a streamer. YouTube is the place where growth and distribution happens. And three, if you can't afford to create high quality content, don't create that kind of content. Let's get into the growth component. First, if Watcher decided to stop producing content to YouTube and only put content on their website, I just don't think it would work because they would never have new user growth.
Like, how does growth happen on Twitch?
It doesn't.
Doesn't.
You don't grow on Twitch.
You don't grow.
That's not how it works.
Okay. All right.
What you do is you grow on another platform.
Okay.
And then you bring them to Twitch.
Interesting.
I'll make a YouTube channel and I'll grow on YouTube. And then I'll just be like, hey guys, watch my Twitch.
Right now, YouTube is the best video distribution platform that exists for video content, period. No arguments there. Ask anybody who streams on Twitch, anybody who has a podcast, anybody who has a newsletter. No other platform has distribution like YouTube does. So if you want to get new viewers to watch your content, YouTube is the best way to make that happen. If you no longer post video content to YouTube, you no longer have new users watching your content. Nobody's just going to stumble across your website and subscribe to watch content. You will never ever grow. You might be able to take 5 or 10% of your current audience and monetize them, but there's no way that's going to have long-term effects, and there's just no way you'll have any growth. So if you want to continue to grow as content creators, locking all of your content behind a paywall is not the way to do it. Something else to consider for Watcher is that Watcher priced their services at $6 a month, or like $60 a year, something like that. I looked at Hulu, Disney Plus, and Netflix, and they're all charging between $6 and $8 a month as well. Disney has a library that's like 100 years old worth of content. Netflix and Hulu are paying tons and tons of money to get all sorts of shows onto their platform. So what Watcher is sort of implying is that by paying for Watcher's service, I'd be getting the same value out of Watcher as I would out of Hulu, Disney Plus, or Netflix. And that's just not true. Watcher at best produces one video a week, and these other guys have tons and tons, enormous libraries of content that I could view. So that price point just doesn't make sense. This is where I look at somebody like Corridor Digital, who is producing about the same amount of content as Watcher, maybe a tiny bit more, but their price point for their streaming service is only $4 a month. That price seems more appropriate for what I'd be getting out of Corridor's website. Another analog that I really like is the Mythical Society that Rhett and Link offer. The Mythical Society does this well too. They have a free tier where if you want extra content, you can get some of it for free, and then they have 3 other tiers that are paid for $6 a month, $12 a month, and $23 a month, which is great because you can pay any of those prices and get more content. And so even if you can't afford a higher subscription plan, you can still get some of the bonus content. They don't want to punish you for being a mega fan, which is why they have that free tier, which just totally makes sense. That actually creates an opportunity for some growth independent of YouTube, right? I could stumble upon the Mythical Society website and then still engage with free content and then maybe decide I want to pay for it. So they are building in growth models into their website, which Watcher in this example just doesn't. Another example of a company who's doing this well but with a different model is the Dude Perfect app or the Dude Perfect website. Their whole thing is free. You can download the app for free, visit the website, it's all for free. But what they're doing, the way that they're paying for it, is they're finding family-friendly advertisers and that is how they're funding their app. They're also getting other content creators like Zach King, who are family friendly, onto that platform. That's great for people like Zach King because they get better distribution for their content and probably some share of the revenue, but they also, everybody collectively can share those views. You're building your own ecosystem of family friendly, family safe content, and that just makes sense. The other thing that doesn't make sense, Watcher says that advertisers don't like the kind of content they're putting on YouTube. Okay, but your content is a little bit more mature. And so there's a world where you could create less mature content on YouTube by editing out some of the swear words, maybe doing less drinking, things like that to make the content a little bit more YouTube friendly, and then putting the unedited versions of that content on your streamer. And then if people want that HBO kind of experience, a little bit more unfiltered, then they'd be willing to pay for that $6 price and watch that unfiltered content. And maybe you also have extended editions or behind the scenes or things like that. So you could make adjustments to your YouTube channel. I mean, you're already prepared to leave YouTube altogether in favor of your streaming service. So why don't you just make adjustments to your YouTube content to reach a better audience, a broader audience, and also be more satisfying to advertisers? You could increase your revenue. You're already committed to leaving YouTube. You might as well optimize YouTube to make more money there. That just makes sense. Edit your content for cleanliness, make it more friendly for advertisers. Then your YouTube becomes more valuable. You don't have to lose that revenue stream. You still get to keep your watcher experience on your website, and people who want that unfiltered experience and extended editions or whatever, that upsell is a natural thing. That's where that should all live. Then you have a natural flow, because in your YouTube content, you can say, hey, do you want unfiltered versions? Hey, do you want something that's not offered here? Great, you can find it over here. That makes sense. In addition, why don't you just find advertisers who are okay with the kind of content you're creating? And that can live on YouTube or on your watcher platform, right? Maybe you get a beer sponsor. I don't know if YouTube handles beer sponsors, but your watcher platform, you can have whatever advertisers you want. Why not do that? To Watcher's credit, fans commented a lot on their initial video, and just a few days later they released a video saying, we're sorry, we screwed up, we recognize it, and they made some changes to their program. I think the changes they've made are going to be good, but I'm hoping that Watcher will see this video and find some value and some opportunity in some of these suggestions. I think a lot of your comments, most of what I'm suggesting today, I gathered just from other people's comments. So I think there are some really great ideas in your comment section. There are also really good examples of people who are doing this well in Corridor Crew, in Mythical, and in Dude Perfect, right? So if you want to see how to do it the right way, those are people who have done it really well. So Watcher, you guys can do it. I believe your content is great. I believe you will make even better content. And I think you just need to study people who are doing it the right way and emulate that a little bit. I think those will be some positive notes and some ways that you can increase your revenue, which is a great goal, without burning bridges with your fans. So all this to say, YouTube's tough. Monetizing your content is tough, and I don't knock anybody for doing it, but I do think some big takeaways are your views are not a right, they are earned. You have to provide value to your audience constantly, and that's something that I'm learning as a new YouTube channel. And Watcher maybe got a crash course on this over the weekend. You have to earn every view. And once you've provided enough value, then you can provide even more value in the form of an upsell. So really the biggest takeaway of all of this is the same kind of stuff Colin and Samir are always teaching, and that is know your audience, earn their views. Once you've done that, then there's an opportunity for better monetization and better upsell. So hopefully that is succinct. But I think I got it all out. All right, till next time.